ready to punch another ticket to the NCAA tournament in Henderson, Nevada. The top two seeds in the Big West tournament are ready to meet for the championship. The number 2 seed, Hawaii, and the number 1 seed, the Anteaters of UC Irvine. They've been the two best of the Big West all season long, so it's only fitting that they would meet up in the championship game to determine which team gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Good evening, everybody. I am Seth Eaves. Thank you so much for being with us. We even saved you the best seat in the house. What a game we have in prospect here. If for any other reason, because of the two games that these two had in the regular season. They were two exciting games. The first meeting between of the regular season between these two teams, what a thriller it was. It was in Honolulu on January the 10th. Hawaii won it at the buzzer, 67-66, a buzzer beater at home from Hunter Erickson. Then they met just 19 days later in Irvine. They went overtime. The Anteaters won 87-76. A rubber match tonight for the crown. The top two seeds in the Big West doing a ladder style tournament, which meant that they got byes all the way to the semifinals. Irvine had no problem last night against Cal State Northridge, 93-78. Hawaii was a 78-63 winner over Cal State Fullerton. Here we go. You see Irvine with the basketball now. Tama Isaac now giving it up to Jurian Dixon. And a turnover right off the bat. And it will be Hawaii basketball. So Hawaii with the basketball now. Bullock, Erickson, Finlayson, Rolodeff, and Johnson. Erickson on a drive, and Erickson misses. And so now the Anteaters come for Isaac, Dixon, Saran, McBurney, Griffin, and Evans with the basketball now. Just underway, Big West Championship, Hawaii and UC Irvine. Here's Kyle Evans. Durin Saran. Now over to Akiva McBurney Griffin. Dixon straightaway three. One of the top scorers of the conference, 7th overall. 3 misses, no good. UC Irvine, a team that has been so consistent under their 16th year head coach Russell Turner. 8th time in the last 13 tournaments the Anteaters have been to the championship game in this conference. More on him later and more on the history as play resumes. Little floater on the right side does not go. Rebound Hawaii, 23-8. Irvine at 23-10. Irvine won the regular season by a game at 15-5 to Hawaii's 14-6. Erickson now over to Johnson. He'll fire up a 3. Rims out, no good. Followed by Finlayson, no good, but a foul on the way down. UC Irvine team has won 23 games this season. Among their highlight win, as the first free throw for Hawaii is no good. Their highlight win was just before Christmas when they beat North Dakota State, who ended up winning the Summit League, 74-73. They played a tough non-conference schedule. Utah Valley, Northern Iowa, among the teams that they've played in conference. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by the Anteaters. 90 seconds in, we still look for our first points of this Big West Championship. Dixon left wing, meanders over to the right side. Flings it to Saran. Now over to Dixon. Dixon with in to shoot. Dixon runner in the lane. Gets the friendly roll and finally points. And it's Jurian Dixon who averages 16 a game. And UC Irvine gets the scoring started. And now they get a steal, a takeaway. It's Dixon blocked from behind. Loose ball, and Hawaii picks it up on the deck. Now the Rainbows trying to run it full stretch. Layup, blocked. Great block by Evans as Nimkisa went to the basket at the other end. Layup no good, and a whistle here, and another foul. Hawaii among their non-conference. Of course, a team that didn't even make this tournament last year. They were 50-16 under Iran Gano. Hawaii had a 1-point loss at Oregon and a 7-point loss to Arizona State amongst their non-conference highlights. First free throw rattles in for Irvine, as at the line it is Duran Saran, redshirt sophomore from Istanbul, Turkey. Saran makes the free throw. Erickson. Isaac Johnson now into the paint. Johnson looks for help. Tipped by Dixon. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Hawaii ball. It was last touched by an Irvine player. Henderson, Nevada, an interesting site for the Big West tournament, being that there are no schools in the state of Nevada in the Big West. 3 ball for Nimkisa. He missed, but Finlayson was there for the follow-up, and Hawaii's on the board. 4-2 early on in this Big West championship game. Finlayson's a 39% three-point shooter. Inside, Bernie Griffin. No, kicked it back out. Irvine keeps it alive. 8 to shoot for UC Irvine. The Anteaters working with it. Right side, Rennie Griffin now over to Dixon. 1 to shoot. Dixon jumper. That is no good. Rebound by Hawaii and Dre Bullock. Bullock now gives it up to Isaac Johnson. Johnson. Now it is Nimkisa. Bullock on a drive. Bullock. And Bullock is fouled on his take to the basket. So here's Hawaii working with the ball inside. Finlayson misses the little bunny, and UC Irvine now goes the other way. A 4-2 lead here for the Anteaters. Just going on. Carrington, right? Oh, Carrington led. Carrington looks for some help. Dixon, 3 to shoot. I don't know if Henry knows it. I don't think Irvine knows it. And a shot clock violation. UC Irvine was completely bamboozled at the shot clock situation. And they have to settle for a turnover. So, again, if it's a mid-major championship game, then we have to do it like this. Let's start with, get to know these parts. Let's start with UC Irvine, the regular season champs at 23-10 and 15-5. Proud program in the division era. They've only been to the tournament twice in the D1 era, though. It's interesting, for all the times they've been to the championship and as consistent as they've been with 20-plus wins and whatnot, they have not made the tournament but once. They did, however, win a tournament game. Their last trip was in 2019. 2015 and 2019 were the 2 years they went dancing. 2019 was when they got a win as a 13 seed. They knocked off Kansas State by 6 before losing by 19 to Oregon in the second round. And of course, last year, the Anteaters made it all the way to the championship game of the NIT. They've been there 9 times. They're in position to go to the NIT if they lose this game tonight and they should accept a bid to it. Last year, they defeated Northern Colorado, Jacksonville State, UAB, and North Texas before a 1-point loss in the championship in overtime to Chattanooga. They also reached the championship of the CIT in 2016, lost by 6 points to Columbia. UC Irvine, of course, located in Irvine, California, in Orange County, Greater Los Angeles region. And as far as the University of California at Irvine, some famous students and alumni in the past there. How about John Lovitz? You know him, actor who's been in several different roles over the years. You might remember from those Subway Eat Fresh commercials from the early 2000s. Aubrey O'Day, member of Danity Kane, also attended there. Baseball school, of course. Some good baseball players have come there, including Brady Anderson. Greg Louganis, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. He went there. So that's a look at who all has been to, who all's attended UC Irvine. Tony Padilla, Randy McCall, and Darren White. So here is Harry Ruladef, and he delivers the inbounds pass. 4-2 game. Not a lot of scoring here to start this Big West Championship game. Here's Dre Bullock. He wants to move. Bullock nearly turns it over, and then he did turn it over. Here's Dixon on the run. Dixon missed the layup. Follow, no. Third bite, no. And then a foul called against Hawaii. First free throw is up, and it is good for UC Irvine as Nez Emenike is checked into the game. Second free throw for Andre Henry. Grad student from La Canada, Flintridge, California. He makes that free throw as well. And the Anteaters with a 6-2 lead. Here is Erickson. Now to Ruladef. Isaac Johnson, his three, short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Javon Chester Jr. Chester, inside. And Manike loses out. Oh, but he gets it back. He threw it to Bullock. Bullock, and blocked by Emenike. First free throw is good for Dre Bullock, who is a 77% free throw shooter. Grad student out of Franklinton, North Carolina. Started his career at South Dakota. Let's say he's a long way from home. It's the friendly roll on the second free throw and a 6-4 UC Irvine lead. In the lane. Turnover. Ruladef in. Jump ball, and Hawaii, does Hawaii have it? Yes, they should on the jump ball. Hawaii working with the basketball. They get the shot up, and it's good. 3-ball for the Rainbows, and they lead it 7-6. These two teams have combined 3 of 18 before. They actually have ruled out a 2. So it is 6-6. Here's Dixon, left block. Dixon now over to Jester. Jester now works over. Pull up jump shot. It's in and out. And rebound by Hawaii. I never started the clock. Here's Bullock. Bullock nearly loses the basketball. Here's Isaac Johnson. Now over to Ruledev. Now over to Kerr. Johnson going inside, and a foul here. It goes on Irvine. A reach-in foul would be the call, my guess, on Harrison Carrington. So out of the timeouts. So after the foul, catch and shoot for Johnson, no good. And the rebound, UC Irvine. Here comes Saran. Saran over to Jester. Jester now over to Henry. 13 to shoot. Henry, oh, silky smooth. Andre Henry with a right-sided jumper. 8-6, UC Irvine. Inside Johnson, and he scores. And it's 8-8. Saran with it, under 13 minutes to play in the first half. Game tied at 8. Right wing, it's Henry. Henry tries to move. Now feeds it to Saran. 13 to shoot. Saran drives. In and out. Rebound, Hawaii and Isaac Johnson. Rainbows now wanting to push with Kerr. Johnson a 3. Too strong. Ruledev, though, with a rebound. Kerr. Extra pass. Good shot fake. No. Followed by Johnson is no good. The rebound by Irvine. Cho. Oh, blocked inside. Great block by Ruledev. Why, as a team is blocked 119 shots on the year. Here's Isaiah Kerr. He'll give it to Ruledev. His right wing. 3 is good. No doubt about that one being a 3. 39% three-point shooter, and Hawaii is now in front. So here comes Irvine with it now. Saran. Now Henry. Henry. Cho. And a foul here. Now takes to a break. 11:39 to play first half. Hawaii basketball, of course. Play their games in Honolulu. They've been to the tournament 5 times. Their last trip was 2016. It was where they got their lone tournament win when they beat Jaylen Brown and Cal by 11. Ended up losing by 13 to Maryland this time around. They've been to the NIT 8 times in their history. Best NIT appearance, quarterfinals on several occasions, most recently in 2004, where they lost by 15 in the quarterfinals to Michigan. They've twice been to the CIT, 2011 where they won a game, 2013 where they were one and done. Bob Nash is the retired number. Rick Pitino actually coached the team for 6 games in 1976. They went 2-4. Riley Wallace, of course, was the coach who had a good amount of their success for 20 years on the island. looking for their 6th trip to the big dance. And the Rainbow Warriors, of course, you know them from a football perspective. Of course, they're leaving the Big West. They are going to join that all-new Mountain West Conference starting next year. So they'd like to sign off the Big West with a championship. Notable alumni, looking for some alumni. Of course, the late Colt Brennan. What a great quarterback he was. Just some of the notables. And our screen just froze up here. Oh boy. So again, these two teams played great games in the regular season. Now they are playing another game tonight, and the hope is that it's good as the first two. It is a big rubber match to win this Big West Championship. A little hook shunt by Evans. Kerr now over to Ruledeff. Ruledeff on a drive. That one is no good. Rebounded by the Anteaters. Now here comes Saran. Floater. Saran lost it, and Hawaii has it now with Ruledeff. Now it's Kerr. Kerr now to Nemix. Now over to Erickson. His three is way off the mark. .48 to play first half. 11-8 Hawaii leading in this Big West Championship game. Always an exciting day. Championship Saturday. So many bids on the men's and women's side being handed out. We'll tell you at halftime, of course, how all those bids went around. Here is Isaac. Now gives it up to Saran again. And a fumble. Kerr. Now over to Ruledeff. Bullock. 15-footer is good. Ray Bullock knocks down the midi. That's a smooth shot. Give Hawaii a 5-point lead near the halfway point of the first half. Isaac. Pass down over here. Here's Carrington. Now here it goes. Good ball movement. Saran, three. Good. Saran knocks down a three. He's only a 26% shooter from out there, but he buries it to pull the Anteaters within a deuce. Kerr, pass through the legs of Bullock. And it's going back to UC Irvine. UC Irvine, as we mentioned earlier, led by 55-year-old Russell Turner, who played at Hampden Sydney College in Virginia, started his career as an assistant there in 1993, Then moved on to be an assistant under Dave Odom at Wake Forest, and then Mike Montgomery at Stanford, and with the Golden State Warriors as well. Dry to the basket, and offensive foul. We're going back to Hawaii. Then he took the UC Irvine job in 2010. And he has done a great job winning over 63% of his games. 8 Big West regular season championships, 2 tournament titles, and a 4-time conference coach of the year. White working on the post. Inside they go with Roulette F, and Roulette F scores. Nice move to make Hawaii a 4-point lead to finish it. On Turner, he is from Roanoke, Virginia. He is a good, solid coach. But Hawaii forcing some turnovers right here. They lead it by 4, and they're looking to add to the lead. And out of bounds off of Hawaii. Aaron Gano, a 44-year-old from Philadelphia, is the Hawaii head coach. Played at Swarthmore College in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania before starting his coach career as a volunteer assistant at St. Mary's in 2003. Then went to Hawaii as an assistant in 2007 and back to St. Mary's as an assistant before taking the Hawaii job in 2015. 4-point game. Dixon inside. Boy, he's tough, isn't he? Good, tough move by Dixon. And it is a 15-13 game. Then another turnover here, and it's ball. Big West Tournament. UNLV has won, of course, back in their heyday with Tarkanian, they were in the Big West. They still have the most. Their last Big West title was 1991. They left the Big West around the mid-90s. They still have more tournament titles than any other team in the league. Among active teams, it's Long Beach State. They have 6. So does Utah State. Pacific and UC Santa Barbara at 5. Then you have Cal State Fullerton at 4. Fresno, New Mexico State at 3. Another turnover. And oh boy, taking a bit of a tumble there by Isaac Johnson. UC Irvine, 2 tournament titles, of course. 2015, Will Davis II was the MVP when they beat Hawaii 67-58 in the championship game in Anaheim. 4 years later, Max Hazard was the star in a 92-64 rout of Cal State Fullerton. Hawaii, with their one win, came in 2016, a 64-60 win over Long Beach State. Aaron Valdez was the MVP. 8:12 to go in the first half. Hawaii up by a deuce. 3 in the corner. Off the mark, no good. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with Hawaii as it was last touched by a UC Irvine player. Hunter Erickson now to inbound. Here's Bullock. Thought about the 3. Now he'll drive instead. No. Bullock, no. Second tip, no. Rebound gathered in by Emanike of UC Irvine. And the Anteaters now are pushing up the floor. Here's Jester with it at the top of the key. Jester nearly lost it. Dixon. Jester, fade away, and it's no good. And we have a foul, or what do we have? There's a stoppage. It is gonna be Hawaii ball, I believe. 7:32 to play first half, breaking the action, and it is Hawaii on top of UC Irvine, 15-13 in this Big West championship game. More. (15-13), 7:32 first half. Back in a moment in the Big West Championship Watchalong. This, of course, one of two basketball streams going on here on Ultimate Sports Media. The other, of course, wow, what a game in Charlotte. Virginia and Duke in the ACC Championship. The Granddaddy coming to a climax. And Duke is up 2 with less than 3 minutes to play in that one. College basketball continues tomorrow here on the channel. We'll have the Big Ten Championship game, Purdue and Michigan. That will be your matchup tomorrow there. Also, IndyCar from Arlington, Texas, and our friends, the two Joshes, will handle NASCAR at Las Vegas. Good one here. Hawaii up by 2. Bullock now gets over to Erickson. Erickson, kick out, left corner 3. That's good. Isaac Johnson, 32% three-point shooter, drills it for the left corner. If you're just joining us, you see Irvine in white going right to left, Hawaii in black going the opposite direction. The 2 seed and the 1 seed playing for the conference title, and another UC Irvine turnover will go back the other way with Hawaii. Seven minutes to play in the first half and a 5-point lead for the Rainbows over the Anteaters. Erickson. Johnson, he's going to try again. He's going to hit again. Back-to-back threes for Isaac Johnson. And the Hawaii lead is at 8. UC Irvine has it now with Carrington. Now over to Henry. 18 to shoot. Henry attacks. Henry turns it over. Now here comes Hawaii the other way. Erickson. Oh, steal. Oh, Johnson wasn't paying attention, and alertly picking it up was Saran for the lay-in. Great play by Darren Saran, who has 56 steals on the year. He timed it perfectly, while Isaac Johnson really was rather lackadaisical with it. Hawaii up the floor, up by 6. Erickson nearly turned it over. He did turn it over. Saran another steal. Saran, and Saran gets fouled. Boy, such a shifty player. So quick with his hands. So free throws here, and the first one is up, and it is good. Saran, you're the man. The sign that one UC Irvine fan has. He is from Istanbul, Turkey. A transfer back from Stanford, started at Irvine, went to Stanford, but only played in 5 games off the bench and decided, you know what? The grass wasn't greener. And UC Irvine says, all right, we'll take you back. Played at the Asheville School in North Carolina. His dad was a soccer player at Cal. He looks the free throw. Here's another Hawaii 3. This one does not go. Ball tapped around and gathered in by Henry. Henry. Now over to Evans. Evans on a drive. That looked like a good block. Dixon. Pull up. Left block. Oh, silky smooth. Jurian Dixon knocks down the 2. And Hawaii leads at 21-19, and Hawaii's going to take a timeout. So, timeout for the Rainbow Warriors. 5:13 to play first half. And we'll take the timeout with them. This is the Big West Championship game. Watch along. World featuring is Peter the Anteater, the UC Irvine mascot. Having a good old time in Henderson, Nevada, the Big West Tournament League that, of course, as we mentioned earlier, is going to undergo some changes starting next year with Hawaii's move to the Mountain West, the new look, Mountain West. And it's going to be an all-sports conference. Oh, a nice reverse layup inside as Ruledev scores to make it 23-19. Again, Hawaii, the only school in that conference that is not in the state of California. So it'll be the All-California Conference when Hawaii leaves. Layup no good. Rebound by Hawaii. It's Gitas Nemixa. And another turnover here out of bounds. UC Davis also is leaving that conference to join that new Mountain West as a full member, while UC San Diego is going to depart in 2027 for the West Coast Conference. But never fear, as the first Hawaii free throw is good, never fear, there is help on the way. With Sacramento State, Cal Baptist, and Utah Valley set to join in the future as the WAC breaks up the Big Sky. Sacramento State kind of an outlier in that conference. So, people pay attention to realignment for the Big Arms. There's realignment happens everywhere, it seems. Every year, there's some kind of realignment. Hawaii up 6, though. Here is Javon Jester Jr. Now over to Dixon. Dixon on a drive. Dixon missed it, but he gets fouled. Dixon, redshirt sophomore from San Diego, the sociology major, the Big West Freshman of the Year 1 year ago. He was actually born in Memphis, Tennessee. His dad played at Southern University, but San Diego is his hometown. 6 points and 3 of 8 shooting. First free throw is up, and it is good. So another one coming for Dixon, who is a 79% free throw shooter. This is a UC Irvine team that only shoots 69% from the free throw line. Hawaii, 74%, but Irvine is 7 of 7 from the foul line to start this game. And make it 8 of 8 as Dixon sinks them both. 4-point Hawaii lead. Here is Isaiah Kerr. Up the floor he goes. Kerr now to Johnson. Tapped around and stolen by UC Irvine. Dixon. Some good ball movement. Dixon drives. And a whistle and away from the ball here. 4-point lead for Hawaii. Duke is up 2 with 27 seconds left, by the way, for those that might be tuning into that game. 4:03 to go in the first half. Irvine with good passing there. Nice little give and go. Saran drives. Now over to Dixon now. Jester, 13 to shoot. Jester. High off the window. No. Follow. Good. Evans. Kyle Evans with a good follow. 25-23 is the Hawaii lead. 3:36 to play first half. Here's a 3 from Bullock. No good. Rebound by Johnson. Knifes in and scores. Good job, Isaac Johnson. He's hit a couple shots from outside, and he works his way inside, too. He's doing it all for this Hawaii team. Henry now with it for UC Irvine. Now gives it to Dixon. Dixon straight away 3. Good. Nothing but net at the top of the key for Dixon to pull UC Irvine within a point. 2:56 to play in the first half. Matthew was giving some weird facial motions, so I didn't know what he was on about. Here's a Hawaii 3 that doesn't go. Evans with the rebound for UC Irvine. Jester, he turned it right back over himself. Here comes Hawaii now with Bullock. Johnson, over to Bullock. Johnson, kick out, left corner 3 is no good. Fight for the loose ball, and Evans gets the rebound, and then he's fouled all the way down. 2:22 remaining in the first half in Henderson, Nevada. Hawaii up 1 in the Big South, in the Big West championship game. We'll be right back. Duke up 3, trying to clinch the ACC with 3.9 if you're interested. Here it's Kyle Evans for UC Irvine, who makes a free throw and ties the game at 27. Second free throw is on the way. Duke just made their second free throw, so it looks like the Blue Devils are going to hang on and win as ACC champs. Second free throw is also good. And the Anteaters, I thought he, free throws. All right, 27-26. I'm all mixed up here. Maybe it was 27. Anyway, here's Isaiah Kerr. Rings in a floater. Good. Nice job, Kerr. 2 more for Isaiah Kerr. And now Hawaii is in front 29-27. Man, 50 to play first half. Dixon now over to Henry. Henry on a drive. Henry, jumper. No, and skying for the rebound is Yassine Toomey. Toomey. Toomey now over to Nemixa. Kerr on a drive. Good finish. And Hawaii now in front, 31-28. Here's UC Irvine now for Henry. Henry, now Evans. Gives it back up to Jester. Under a minute to play in the half. It's Jester. The clock is a little bit off, so ignore that. We'll fix that in a minute. Rebound, no. Evans fought for its side. And rebound is gathered in by Hawaii. Hawaii up by 3. Up the floor. Toomey, he turned it over. And here come the Anteaters going the other way with Jester. High off the glass and in. Devon Jester Jr. with the basket. Now Hawaii will hold for the last shot of the half. Erickson double team. Now gives it to Nemixa with 12 to shoot. Dre Bullock, 9 on the timer. Bullock drives with 7. Loses it. Scramble. Hawaii trying to get it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. And then a foul with 1.5. Your fouler out of bounds as bodies were all over the place. So 31-30 Hawaii, 1 second left. Those of you that might have been watching that ACC championship stream, welcome to the Big West. 31-30 Hawaii, 1 second to play in the first half. Top 2 seeds in this conference playing in a rubber match after 2 exciting regular season games. Hawaii winning on a buzzer beater in the first one at home. Irvine then held serve at home in the rematch, winning in overtime. And this one's been a pretty nip and tuck affair to start this night. So while there is a stoppage in play, again, we want to remind you that we've got a bunch of score updates coming your way at halftime again. This was the day. If you were a college basketball fan, this was one of the games where you were really looking forward to. So here is a one second left. Here is catch it, shoot, 3. And it's no good, and that'll take us to halftime as the 3 ball from Saran went off the mark. It's been a good 20 minutes in Henderson, Nevada, and it's Hawaii leading it 31-30. Buckle up one more time for a bunch of scores. Last time we get to do this. All coming up at halftime. Time at the Big West Championship, Hawaii 31, UC Irvine 30. Trip to the big dance on the line. So a lot going on here. Let's go ahead and get you a couple of what else is happening on this big day, folks. It's a big day indeed, as there were a lot, folks. I have to do the math real quick myself. 3, 12 automatic bids to the NCAA tournament handed out today. Let's go over them. We just talked about this earlier. In the ACC Championship, the Duke Blue Devils, the #1 team of the country, locked up the ACC crown and probably locked up the #1 overall seed in the tournament. The Blue Devils win their 32nd game of the year. They beat #10 Virginia 74-70 in a hard-fought ACC championship game. Duke with the win, 74-70. That's in the ACC. In Kansas City at the Big 12 Championship, Arizona claims the automatic bid. They nailed down a #1 seed. They beat Houston 79-74. Braden Burries with 21 points. The Wildcats will go to 32-2 heading into the dance. The two teams that met last year's championship, and it's Arizona getting a little bit of revenge. Rubber match in the Big East Championship. #13 St. John's. #6 UConn. No contest. Subi Ejiofor, 18 points, 7 blocks, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Pretty darn good. Johnny's rout UConn 72-52 to win their second straight Big East tourney title. MAC Championship. Another heartbreaker for Toledo, a team that has had so many great teams and has fallen short. Well, this tier with an under-the-radar team. They led by 12 at the half. But Akron came fighting back. They hit a 3 in the final seconds. The Zips win their 29th of the year. They get the auto bid from the MAC. Akron 79 and Toledo 76. So Akron wins, go to 29-5. They go to the dance. Mountain West Championship game in Las Vegas at the Mountain West. Utah State wins the crown there. They claim it 73-62, 20 points for NJ Collins. Aggies go dancing at 28-6. San Diego State faces a nervy wait until 6 Eastern tomorrow with a 22-11 record to see if they will get in to the big dance. In Huntsville, Alabama, the Kennesaw State Owls are Conference USA tournament champions. They beat Louisiana Tech 71-60. The Owls 21 up, 13 down. The record they take with them into the big dance. The WAC Championship is the last game of the night. That'll start around midnight. And we're guaranteed a first-time dance partner, either 24-8 California Baptist or 25-7 Utah Valley will get the WAC's auto bid to the NCAA. It was 12 hours ago the madness started, and the history makers from 8 years ago are back for the first time since then. DJ Armstrong Jr.'s 33 points gives UMBC the America East title. They beat Vermont 74-59. The Retrievers go into the field at 24-8, and they will look to repeat what they did. They won't be a 16 this time, but it'll be interesting what kind of seed they get. Of course, they made that history in 18, beating Virginia. What will happen in the America East Championship? Actually, it was like 11 bids. I miscounted. Either way, it's a great day in general. Howard's going back dancing as the MEAC champion. They won their 23rd of the year today, beating North Carolina Central 70-63. And in the SWAC, a tournament that can always provide some drama, the 8th seed is dancing. That's Prairie View A&M. They beat Southern 72-66. 18-17 is Prairie View's record. More than likely, they're heading for Dayton and the first 4, but they won't care. They'll be in the tournament one way or another at 18-17 will Prairie View. So those are the conferences that crowned champions today. There were a few conferences that were in semifinals. How about the Big Ten semifinals? What a thriller between Wisconsin and Michigan. The Badgers fought back, but Yaxel Lindenborg, a game-winning three in the final seconds. Michigan avenges its lone Big Ten loss of the season by beating Wisconsin 68-65. The Wolverines will meet 18th ranked Purdue in tomorrow's Big Ten final. They beat UCLA 73-66 in that one. What a day in Nashville at the SEC tournament. Florida's 12-game winning streak is over in some style. They are trounced by 22nd ranked Vanderbilt 91-74. The Commodores are into the final for the first time in 14 years. They will meet Arkansas, who ended the Cinderella run of Ole Miss 93-90 in overtime. So it's Vandy and Arkansas for the SEC crown tomorrow in Nashville. Bubble teams are sweating a wild 25-second sequence. Dayton knocks out St. Louis in the Atlantic 10 semifinals 70-69. The Flyers are into the final and are playing the role of bid stealer. They'll meet VCU in tomorrow's championship game. They beat St. Joe's 77-64. In Birmingham at the American semifinals, top-seeded South Florida routed Charlotte 86-64. Wichita State, it's been 5 years since they've been to the dance. Shockers are on the verge of returning to what they'll feel like is their rightful place. They beat Tulsa 81-68 today. So USF plays Wichita State tomorrow for the American Championship. And finally, in the Ivy League semifinals today, Yale 88, Cornell 76, and Penn beat Harvard in overtime 62-60. So the Bulldogs and the Quakers will contest the Ivy League Championship tomorrow. A lot of championship bids up for grabs in women's college basketball, but first, we start with the news that came out earlier today. They announced it at halftime of one of the men's semifinals today. They announced the top 16 seeds in alphabetical order. It's a new move by the NCAA. The full bracket gets released, and who's in actually what seed will be unveiled. But in the meantime, they announced this afternoon the top 16 seeds, the teams that will host first and second round games in the NCAA women's tournament. And so here they are, the 16 teams that will host in the women's tournament in alphabetical order: Duke, Iowa, Louisville, LSU, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio State, Oklahoma, South Carolina, TCU, Texas, UCLA, UConn, Vanderbilt, and West Virginia. Now, none of the teams playing in women's championship games today are going to be one seed, but they just want to get in the tournament. And that's what happened. So let's run down all the women's games today. The Ivy League crown. Bubble teams on the women's side breathed a sigh of relief. 23rd ranked Princeton won the Ivy League, beating Harvard 63-53. They'll go into the dance at 26 up and 3 down. What a year Princeton had. They are the Ivy League champions. The American Championship game, 2:31 to go. Looks like UTSA is going to stun top-seeded Rice 52-37 with 2:31 to go. UTSA knocked out the 2-seed East Carolina last night. What a great year for Rice with Lindsey Edmonds at 28-4, 17-1 in conference, but they're going to fall short in the American Championship. And these are all women's games. MAC Women's Championship, Miami of Ohio will go dancing. They're 28-6. They beat Toledo 68-58. Amber Treader, 23 points, 10 rebounds for the Red Hawks in that one. Missouri State and Louisiana Tech, two blasts from the past, met for the Conference USA Championship. Rock fight of a game. The Bears win it 43-38. So Missouri State back in the dance, this time, though, as a member of Conference USA. WAC Women's Tournament, Cal Baptist beat Abilene Christian 74-58. That was the final in that game. In the SWAC Championship, it was Southern 73, Alabama State 56. Jaguars will take a 19-13 record with them into the field. Howard won their 26th of the year, beating Norfolk State, their arch rival, 53-46. That's the MEAC's automatic bid on the women's side. Let's see, were there any other women's championship games that I missed today? Let's see, were there any other women's championship games that I missed? And in the Big West, the conference we're covering here, Hawaii, well, they look to do better than what the women did because the women did lose today. UC San Diego wins 60-48. Semifinals, Champ Week thrives for these stories. 10-24 Evansville is going to play for an NCAA tournament spot tomorrow. They beat Illinois State 75-70, the Missouri Valley semis. A tough task, though, for the Purple Aces. They'll meet top seed Murray State, who won their 30th game of the year today, beating Northern Iowa 72-59. In the CAA semis, Charleston blew out Stony Brook 79-49. They'll meet a 20-loss team, 11-21 Hofstra, who beat Drexel 53-49 in overtime in that one. So the women's games tomorrow, those are the championship games tomorrow. A few other women's championship games tomorrow. Lehigh and Holy Cross will play for the Patriot League. And FDU looks for their 30th win of the year against LIU in the Northeast Championship. And in the Big West, so assist to turnover ratio, Hawaii 6-8, UC Irvine 1 of 9. Hawaii started 6 of 25, but are 6 of 11, 8. We're 6 of 11, 8.5. And Hawaii up by 1. Here's a long 3. So it's Hawaii up by 1, and a mistake. UC Irvine going left to right in white, Hawaii right to left in black. Championship Saturday across the country, winding down as Jurian Dixon's left wing 3 puts UC Irvine back in front. 33-31. Who's going to get that bid out of the Big West? Here's Dre Bullock driving. Bullock nearly turned it over, and a foul on UC Irvine. 2-point lead for the Anteaters. Again, tomorrow, Selection Sunday. It is almost that time. We are about, 18 hours from the men and 20 hours from the women. As a foul is called there. Again, and in both these teams know the only way they dance is with a win in this game. And, of course, a lot of seeds. You just never know what seeds. And, again, you can never take any seed and any bracketology for reference. But we'll hit that in a minute. As a good pass from Ruledeff to Johnson. He leaps up and he lays it in. And we're even at 33. But to finish what I was saying about Hawaii, about these two teams, right now, Lenardi with UC Irvine as the projected winner has them as a 14 seed. So probably a 14 or a 15 is what we are looking at here. So free throws here for UC Irvine and Jurian Dixon. This is the first. Second free throw coming up for Dixon. And he makes that free throw, and UC Irvine leads 34-33. So here is Hawaii with Erickson with it. On the right wing. Now it's Ruledeff. He turned it over. Erickson. Extra pass over to Finlandson. 8 to shoot. Finlandson. Now over to Erickson. Now it's Bullock. Bullock on a drive. And Bullock scores. Nice pull-up jump shot. 35-34 Hawaii. Isaac. And now over to Dixon. Dixon now to McBurney Griffin. On the left block, McBurney Griffin knifing inside, scores. Good move. Akiva McBurney Griffin, he only averages about 10 minutes a game, but he's been involved tonight for UC Irvine. Bullock the other way, takes a tumble at breakneck speed and is fouled. 36-35, the lead for UC Irvine. First free throw is up, and it is good. Second free throw for the lead. Got it. Hawaii up 1 with 17:41 to play. We got a good one here. Bullock with 10 points. Saran, now it's Isaac. And threw it away. Anderson, though, couldn't handle the pass. Ball loose. Anderson eventually grabs it. Erickson now with it for Hawaii. Erickson top of the key, meandering. Ruledeff looking for the move. Ruledeff now over to Erickson. Erickson now flips it over to Finlandson. Finlandson on a drive missed the layup, but he got fouled. So free throws coming up for Finlandson, a 67% free throw shooter. Junior from St. George, Utah. Was the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Player of the Year last year for Snow College in Utah. Oh, friendly roll for the man whose nickname is Ike. Off the heel and in. He's a bit of a rarity in traditional college basketball circles. He's married. 3-point Hawaii lead 3 minutes into the second half. Isaac, and he runs into a Hawaii player, and another foul is called. And that's a foul on Ruledeff, and that is his third. Ruledeff now gives it up to Carrington. Carrington now to Dixon. Dixon left wing, going for the lob inside. Here's Carrington. Turn around, no good. Rebound, Hawaii in Bullock, and now they've stopped play. Well, it looked like UC Irvine stopped playing. Hawaii then stopped and started. So a bit of a confusing sequence there. And I want to say it's a foul on Hawaii and a foul on Gytis Nemiksa, the senior from Lithuania. Lithuania to Hawaii. I'd say it's a little bit of a difference in climate. Harrison Carrington at the line, 67% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. Redshirt junior out of Menlo Park, California, 6'7", 207. Junior forward, transfer from Colorado. Second free throw is good, and we've got a 1-point game. Big West Championship heading for what promises to be a thrilling conclusion. Finlayson now to Johnson. His three, no good. Off the right side of the rim. Irvine pushing it up ahead. Evans blocked from behind. Great hustle by Johnson to get back there and block it. Bullock. Now it's Johnson. Johnson right side. Johnson falls down. Now it goes over to Erickson. Bullock all alone for three. He's got it. Trey Bullock from the left wing buries a triple. And Hawaii's lead is now at 4. On a drive, and you see Irvine on the drive was Isaac, and then he fumbled it out of bounds. And we'll take a break. 15:39 remaining. It's a 4-point lead for Hawaii in the Big West Championship. $15.39 remaining in this one as Hawaii leads UC Irvine 42-38. Big West Championship game. Another automatic bid to the NCAA tournament set to be handed out. Here's Erickson now with Bullock. Bullock now over to Toomey. Toomey now finds Erickson. Erickson kick out. Here's a corner three. Off the mark, no good. Toomey got the offensive rebound. Back over to Kerr. Kerr now finds Toomey on the left block. Toomey with 12 to shoot. Drives inside, puts it in off the glass. Yes! In it goes, and Hawaii's lead is now at a half dozen. Half-dozen point lead for the Rainbows. Here's Henry, now over to Dixon. Henry, nice move. Henry hits a three. Andre Henry with a triple. 3-point Hawaii lead. Namixa now back over to Erickson. Toomey at the free throw line. A little bit too strong on that one. Rebound grabbed by the Anteaters. Jester drives. Jester! Out of bounds. It slipped out of his hands, but I think there might have been a foul in Hawaii. No, it is Hawaii ball. Okay. 14-19 to play. A 3-point lead for Hawaii. This is Hunter Erickson. Erickson now over to Namixa. Namixa now over to Kerr. Kerr on the take. Misses the layup. Rebound Irvine Jester. Anteaters working at the floor. Here is Henry. Henry back to Jester. Now back to Henry. Now on the right wing, it is Dixon. Inside Carrington. Nice move. And Carrington with a nice layup inside. And a 1-point game. Toomey. Pull up. 13-footer. It's kind of a... It's not really a shot per se. It didn't look like it per se, and it showed because he missed. Rebounded by Jester. 1-point Hawaii lead. Henry now back to Jester. Evans now Jester. Jester drives. No. Ball batted around. And underneath a foul, and it's on Hawaii. One-point lead for the Rainbows as they try to get this bid, and looking a little bit woozy. Hey, the free throw line is Javon Jester Jr. He's going to take it, but he looks a little bit woozy. Redshirt freshman out of Pasadena, California. First free throw up and good. The oldest of 4 siblings is Javon Jester Jr. 69% free throw shooter. This one to give UC Irvine the lead. Missed it. Too strong. Rebound to Hawaii. Was grabbed by Bullock, who now gives to the trailing Kerr. Kerr now over to Bullock. Bullock trying to go with 17 on the timer. Now it's Johnson. Kerr for 3. Good. Isaiah Kerr hits one, and Hawaii back in front. 47-44. Now here is Henry. Henry on a drive. Kick out, corner 3. Good by Saran. Back and forth we go in Henderson. 47-all. Hawaii the other way. Bullock kicks it out Anderson. And he threw it right to Carrington. Now it is Saran. Saran now trying to work it inside. Saran now will give it up to Henry. Henry on the left wing. Good passing inside. This is Carrington. He had his shot blocked. Hawaii comes out of there with it. Inside of 12 minutes to go. Hawaii up 1. Bullock. Kerr for 3. It's good. They actually have ruled one of those Irvine threes a 2, so Hawaii is now up by 4. 50-46 with 11:32 to play. Saran inside, turned it over. Hawaii's got numbers. Bounce pass up ahead. Finlayson is fouled from behind. 11:26 to go, and Hawaii with a 4-point lead in the Big West Championship game. We'll be right back. Since 2015, Big West has had a variety of champs. UC Irvine has won it twice, Hawaii once, UC Davis in 17, Cal State Fullerton has a couple, UC Santa Barbara has a couple as well, Long Beach State 2 years ago, and last year, of course, Eric Nolan's really good UC San Diego team that nearly knocked Michigan out in round 1. So free throws here for Hawaii. First one up and short for Isaac Finlinson, the man they call Ike. We mentioned earlier, he's just a 67% free throw shooter. Missed them both. Rebound, Irvine. Now here is UC Irvine now with Saran. Now he'll give it up to Henry. Now Dixon. 14 to shoot. Dixon now gives to Evans. Evans now it's Henry. Henry with 8. Right wing with 7. Henry stops. Fade away. Short. And got a whistle here, and I believe we're going to have a held ball. And the arrow is going to keep it with Hawaii. So here is the inbounds pass to Henry. Henry into the lane, and Henry scores. Great move by Henry. And it's a 2-point game with 10:43 left. Looking for the bounce pass. Finlinson fumbled it. It was a nice cut, but he fumbled the pass. Two-point lead for Hawaii. UC Irvine trying to go. Here is Dixon. Right side floater goes. And Dixon ties the game at 50. Nearing the halfway point of this second half. Finlinson, Johnson, high arcing 3. Too strong off the heel. Back tap to Erickson, though. Now Johnson, left side, knifing in and scoring. Isaac Johnson with a nice move inside to put Hawaii back up by 2. Saran, now over to Henry. Henry into the lane. Henry, pass deflected. Here is Bullock on the right wing. He'll give it now to Johnson. Now it's Kerr. Top of the key, 20 on the shot clock. Kerr. Now Namixa. Namixa inside Johnson. Double team. Johnson in trouble. Johnson knifes in and scores. Great move by Isaac Johnson. And Hawaii now up by 4. Here's Saran driving. No good. Out of bounds. And whose ball is it? It's going to be Hawaii's ball, I do believe. Actually, it does stay with UC Irvine. Looks at Finlinson. Carrington, no. And Kerr went for the rebound and then got fouled on the way to trying to get the rebound. .8:56 to go. Carrington now goes to the bench. It's Hawaii ball with Erickson. Kerr lobs it in to Ruledeff on the left block. Ruledeff with 17 on the timer. Kicks it back out. Erickson for three. Good. Erickson knocks down a three, and Hawaii's built the lead up to 7. Saran for UC Irvine. They've got to find something here. Henry now over to Saran on the right wing. Saran, 7-0 Hawaii run. Do the Anteaters have an answer? Henry, left wing, now trying to move into the paint. Henry, turnaround. Short. Rebound Hawaii, Ruladaf. And now it's Bullock, and they'll slowly dribble it up the floor into the final 8 minutes. Here is Isaiah Kerr. Kerr, and pass deflected by Dixon, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Hawaii when we come back. 7:55 to go. Hawaii 57-50, and apparently Hawaii coaching staff, their video people said, hey, you might want to look at that. So we might have a challenge verdict to read when we come back. Stay tuned. $7:55 to go. Hawaii up by 7. So let's see what we're going to have here. And do we have a channel? I'm going to turn, hopefully you won't hear it, but I'm going to turn this sound up, see what I can get. So we might be looking at a technical foul or something because of some contact with an official. I think that's where that might be coming from. There's Godot looking at it here, and I don't know if he's particularly thrilled with the explanation. So technical foul on Hawaii's bench, but also a common foul on Irvine, which offsets. So play resumes, and it is Hawaii basketball. They lead it by 7, and they have the ball. It is Ruledeff with 6 to shoot. Ruledeff inside, no good. This is Saran now giving it up to Evans. Evans now over to Henry. Henry now over to Saran. Saran with 14 to shoot. Saran, oh, nice pass. Found a cutting Evans. 57-52. Oh, and a great block here by Evans. You see Irvine now with numbers. Henry, nice pass, found the cutter Saran, and just like that, the Anteaters are within 3. Inside of 7 to play. And Hawaii is going to take a timeout to talk about it. 6:52 to go. 3-point lead for the Rainbows. So we're going to stay right here. Again, a reminder, upcoming sporting events on our networks: IndyCar Racing Grand Prix from Arlington tomorrow. One more basketball game for you tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern, Purdue and Michigan for the Big Ten crown. The winner getting an automatic bid of the NCAA tournament. Michigan set as a 1 seed, but Purdue, who knows, a win. Maybe they nail down a number 3 seed. Boilermakers have been up and down this year, but they have found something here. Perhaps saving some for when it truly matters. We shall see what happens. Should be a good one tomorrow. Michigan won rather convincingly when those two teams played in West Lafayette. We'll see what happens in Chicago tomorrow for that championship. The final automatic bids to be handed out tomorrow. Vandy and Arkansas. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how many people thought that would be your championship game the week began. I think a fair many would have thought Arkansas, but boy, Florida was on such a heater, and then Vanderbilt not only beats them today, but just beats them to a pulp. You'll have Penn and Yale for the Ivy League tomorrow, Dayton and VCU for the A-10, Wichita State, South Florida for the American. The games on the men's side, we ran through all the women's championship games. Lehigh, Holy Cross of the Patriot League. The Northeast women's bid will go to either LIU or FDU. Hofstra Charleston of the CAA, a 20-loss team versus the regular season champ. Likewise, Missouri Valley is 20-loss team versus regular season champ. Evansville, Murray State meeting for that one. So some great games tomorrow. As Champ Week, this great 2-week festival of basketball comes to a conclusion, but the bigger fish still to fry. It's always something with this weekend, though, because there's just so much of it. Bullock now over to Kerr, and you have so much, in these kind of conferences, every possession's life or death. Ruledeff on a drive. Great finish. And the Hawaii lead back to 5. 59-54 with 6:20 to go. On the move. Knifing in. No. Tap, yes, Evans. Good finish. It is a 3-point game. Here is a 3. Rule it F3. You betcha. Harry Ruledev. Oh, waving the little Harry Potter wand for the 3. 62-56. Now it's Isaac for Irvine. Now gives it up to Saran. Saran with 15. Henry for 3. Good. Andre Henry knocks it down. And the Anteaters will not go away. 62-59. The Hawaii lead. 5:21 to play. Here is Erickson. Now here is Ruledev. Little hook shot. Did not go. Rebound, Irvine, Saran on the right wing. Saran now over to Dixon. Dixon now gives it up to Saran on the left wing. Now it is Henry. Now Dixon. Dixon, his 3 partially blocked. Bullet the rebound, and he saved it. Hawaii's got it going the other way. Up by 3. Erickson lobbing it inside Johnson. Johnson back to Kerr for 3. Too strong off the heel. Tapped around, back into the hands of Bullock, who went for the posterization and missed the dunk. Erickson got it back. Johnson, Ruledev for 3 off the heel, no. Johnson the follow. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try, miss a dunk, try again. And the Hawaii lead is now at 5. Underneath Evans. And Evans cannot hit. Hawaii up the floor. Final 4 minutes. Up by 5. Kerr. Now here is Ruledev. Ruledev in trouble and traveling. No, out of bounds. Either way you slice it, it's going to be UC Irvine ball when we come back. 3:49 in the battle for the Big West Championship. Hawaii up by 5. $64-59. Hawaii leading in this one. 3:49 left here. Will Hawaii hang on and win it? Boy, oh boy, this is going to be... This is going to be such a dramatic ending here. 5-point game. UC Irvine has it with Henry. Anteaters now working it with Saran. Now finds Evans. Saran with 13 to shoot. Saran pull up at the free throw line. Short. Got his own miss. Missed the layup. Evans got the rebound. Reverse layup is no good. No whistle. Rebound Hawaii, and Namixa has it. 3:15 left. Erickson with the ball. Kerr. Now Erickson. Now back over to Bullock. Erickson on the right wing with 9 to shoot. Bullock. Now Erickson. His three. Big one if it goes. It doesn't. And chased down by Henry. Anteaters running out of time though. Down 5 under 3 minutes. Isaac. Right wing three on the way. No good. 32% three-point shooter, and he pulled, and it backfired. And now Hawaii can slowly dribble up the floor into the final 2.5 minutes. Bullock. Now Erickson. Kerr. Erickson. Back to Kerr, now back to Erickson. 6 to shoot. Bullock for 3. Too strong off the heel. Bouncing around. And it's going to go to UC Irvine with 2:12 to go. Into the final 2 minutes. Can the Anteaters go? Can they make a push? Henry drives. Henry fade away. He missed it. Bullock. Erickson with it now. Minute 43 to go. Erickson right wing, final 100 seconds. Kerr. Now over to Johnson. Johnson drives. Johnson scoops it in. Layup good. Hawaii up 7 with 90 seconds left. The top seed in big trouble. Dixon now to Saran on the right wing. He moves to the left. Saran back to Dixon. 16 to shoot. Dixon runner in the lane. No good. Rebound Hawaii. Bullock. Bullock. And a reach-in foul on Isaac. And Hawaii starting to sense it a little bit. It's not quite over yet. But boy, it's getting pretty close, you feel. .102 to go, a 7-point Hawaii lead. And now more free throws coming up for Dre Bullock. It's a 1-and-1, and Bullock missed the front end. Rebound Dixon. Under a minute to play. Dixon, bounce pass inside. And easy 2 for Evans, and he got fouled on that, I believe. They're going to say he got fouled on that. So we can cut it to 4 with the made free throw. Free throw up and good. 4-point game, 53 seconds left. Inbound to Kerr, who's double teamed, trapped. And timeout Hawaii. They have just 1 left. Again, tomorrow, the final acts of Champ Week. Ran down the games for you then around 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So the men's bracket will start to be unveiled. Women's bracket at 8. We know the UC San Diego women will hear their name called out of the Big West. Who's going to hear their name called as the men's champions of this conference? The Rainbows or the Anteaters? Hawaii at 4 with 51 seconds left. So here we go. Inbounds pass caught by Johnson. Now Erickson in trouble. He lost it. A steal. It's Dixon. What a block! Trey Bullock. The championship saving block. Oh my goodness. Inbound pass for UC Irvine. 40 seconds. Dixon underneath Evans. Score the 2. 2-point game. 38 seconds. Hawaii gets it into the hands of Anderson. Up ahead. And they play it in. Plays it in. 4-point game. Nearly a steal. Isaac. Time running out for the Anteaters. Wild 3. Does it go? Rebound. Ruledeff. Bullock ahead of the pack. Bullock. Windmill. Showtime. Ina. Time to hula. Desperation 3 off the mark. No good. Sequence. Bullock did it all. What a performance from Bullock. You talk about a way to straight up stun on someone. Hawaii the inbounds, and there's a foul with 10 seconds. So again, the audio cut out, so I'll say it again. Manawa Paina, which is party time in Hawaiian. Hula time indeed. What a way to end it for Hawaii. Oh my word. Here's Ruledeff at the line. First one up, good. Seven-point game. Second free throw, no good. Fight for the loose ball. Ruledeff had it. Ball still bouncing around. Really doesn't matter with this much time left. 3 seconds left. Hawaii will dribble it out. And this NCAA tournament's going to have some tropical flair to it. Hawaii, Big West champions. They're dancing for the first time in a decade. The Rainbows do it 71-64. And they'll get the automatic bid out of the Big West. And UC Irvine again comes up short of the championship. And again, they come up short as a number 1 seed. Find out who gets in and who is out. Christian Malley said hi. Sorry, I missed your comment there, Christian. What a win, though, for Hawaii. They're the Big West champs. 71-64 as it officially has hit Selection Sunday on the East Coast of these United States. It's still Saturday. And Hawaii with the win by 7. What a performance by Hawaii. And again, a 14 or a 15 is the likely seed. So, we're going to get out of here, get some rest. We need it. You see the score. Hawaii, Big West champs, 71-64. They beat UC Irvine. Congratulations to Hawaii. They are the Big West tournament champs.